Hi everyone, I'm Juliana and this is Chair Yoga Flow. So we're going to be on our chair most of the time. We're going to start massaging our feet with a massage ball or a tennis ball. So if you have that, you can bring that along. Again, just making sure that you have maybe a strap, a block, or a blanket to support you. All right, so let's get started. So as we move behind the chair, you want to grab your massage ball or tennis ball, something that has a little bit of give. Support your hands on your chair. And we're going to start here, pressing firmly into the ball, moving the ball to the heel. And as you exhale, soften and bring it back to your toes. Inhaling and exhaling. And we'll start to do that a few more times as you inhale and exhale. Last one. And then we're going to stay here with the ball and the ball of the foot. And just start to play with your toes, maybe flaring your toes, giving it a little grip. And we're going to start to roll it from the pinky toe side to the big toe mound. So just your ball slip just like mine did. Just chase after it, right? Becomes a little cardio part of class. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to stay here side to side. And again, you can always add more or less pressure depending how much you need, right? Noticing the sensations of the body, bringing that awareness to the bottom of the foot will help you to start to calm your mind, quiet your thoughts. And that's what yoga is all about. Not a perfect pose, but finding that little bit of pause between the thoughts. We're going to stay on the ball of the foot. And as you move your heel a little side to side, feel that release. And then we're going to come back down and noticing right and left. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this is a good practice to wake up the sole of the foot, helping with your balance, neuropathy, arthritis, plantar fasciitis, giving a little bit more sense. Waking up at the bottom of the foot. We're going to stay here and gripping those toes, maybe adding a little bit more pressure, flaring them out. And then you start to roll a pinky toe mound to big toe mound. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe you will add more pressure into that inner arch, outer arch. But just move it slow so you can feel the difference. You can notice where you need more or less. And the last part will be closer to your heel as you come up side to side. If you had a high heel shoe. And taking one more deep breath in. And a big sigh. Let it go. And just noticing your feet rooting down and grounding here. And today we're focusing a little bit more on lower body, core. We're going to bring our hands to the chair. I'm going to start to lift the heels and then slowly drop the heels and shift back, lifting the toes. Balls of the feet as you lift your heels. Try to stay light on your chair. Just playing with the awareness, sensation, and getting more into the calves, into the ankles. Great job. And next time, you're just going to find that center. Relax the shoulders. And we're going to look for our chair and find our seat. So if you're sitting on your chair, your feet doesn't come down to your mat, you want to have a block or a blanket under your feet so you can have that full support so you can feel comfortable here. And your ball can, the block can be between your ankles if that helps you to ground a little bit more, or between your inner legs, helping a little bit more support here, awareness of the inner legs and feet. Roll the heads of the shoulders up and back as you inhale, and then exhale, roll them down the back. Let's try that again. Inhaling, lifting those shoulders up, and a big sigh as you let go. If it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, you start to draw awareness inwards into the body, into the breath, into the present moment. As you start to feel your feet rooting down into the earth, giving you the sense of safety, well-being, of belonging, so you can start to let go with a little bit more ease. knowing that this is your safe place. I'm going to take a nice deep breath through the nose and a big sigh through the mouth. Envisioning any tension, any stress, any drama just washing away. Trying that again, inhaling through the nose. A big sigh through the mouth, just let it go. Last time through, inhale. And a huge sigh. And continue to feel your body fully supported. Sit bones heavy onto the chair, allowing to relax your legs and the chair also to help you lengthen your spine. As you feel the crown of the head reaching up to the heavens, and your head resting over the heart and the heart resting over the hips, everything stacked up nicely. So it's easy to hold without too much effort. And you continue to scan, top of the head down, relaxing around the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw, perhaps even moving your jaw a little side to side. Sometimes we hold a lot of tension and grind our teeth without even noticing. And then feel that release to the shoulders, elbows to fingertips, resting on your thighs. And your heart's feeling lighter now. Belly is light. As you notice the breath moving in and moving out. You can even let one hand rest on the belly, the other one over your chest to feel that deeper connection with the breath. Like waves on a shore, moving in and moving out. And just by following the waves of your breath, it starts to get longer, deeper, smoother. And the mind also starts to quiet down. And that's what we're looking for, that little pause between the thoughts. Our minds are made to think, to wonder. But when we can find that pause, we can calm it down, we can bring it into the present. We have control, allowing us to find a little bit more quiet and peace. That deeper breath that allows us to make better decisions. That pause so that we can react better and feel better. Coming back to your breath whenever you need. It's always there for you. And with your next inhale, letting both hands rest over your chest and breathe in the light and gratitude of being here today. As we approach a full moon, closing up that cycle, great time to shed things that no longer suit you, so you can create space for new and positive things to come. Remind us of change and not fearing change, but embracing it as a form that we can grow, we can flourish, we can start new. As you let your intention settle in, we bow the head to the heart. And then slowly release our hands down to the thighs as we inhale. Roll the heads of the shoulders up and back. We're going to move further onto the chair so you have more space. You're grounding through the feet. Let your elbows go front, side, and back. We're adding a little bit more range of motion and movement from the shoulders, elbows, and to the side. And doing that one more time, inhaling. And a big exhale. Release those arms out to the side. Drop the chin into the chest as you inhale. Roll left ear to left shoulder. And as you exhale, slowly roll your chin into your chest, and it's right ear to right shoulder. Now we want to move slow with purpose, noticing with intention. We're going to pause, left ear to left shoulder, maybe play with the angle of the head, maybe taking that hand slightly out, turning the palm up, side, or down, just getting more sensation in that right side of the neck and shoulder. And then we're going to roll the chin into the chest. We're going to take it to the other side. We pause here. And again, playing with that angle of the head. You can take your left arm out and turn the palm up, down, and side. So again, just moving it slow so you can feel the difference. Different layers of muscles, different muscle stretching as we move this way. And then as we exhale, we're going to roll the chin into the chest. When it's right for you, we're going to inhale and take both arms up to the sky. And as we exhale, we bring those blessings to our hearts. Pause here. Feel evenly the pressure of right and left. We look over the left shoulder, and then we look over the right shoulder. And we come back to the center, locking those fingers as you round your spine. And then inhale, let your arms reach all the way up to the sky. Maybe you start to add a little side to side. And if it feels uncomfortable to keep your fingers locked, you can always release them. We're eventually going to release to get more into that side body, letting that left hand come down, right arm goes up. And then we're going to rainbow it up and over to the other side. Beautiful. One more time. Let's pause here onto the left with the right arm up and rolling that shoulder back, getting a little bit more sensation into the side, the shoulders, the elbow. Perhaps you pause with the hand behind the head, lift your heart, dial that right elbow back, feel more sensation here. Using your breath to get deeper, we're going to push down and find a twist to the right. Left hand to the right knee, right fingertips behind you. As you inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, revolve belly, chest, and shoulders slightly back. Allow the inhalation to take you up and the exhalation to take you slightly deeper. We're going to take both arms up to the sky. As we inhale, we're going to face forward. And as we exhale, we're going to cactus our arms and open the heart. Inhale. And again, exhale, cactus it out. Feel this opening into your heart, the sternum. Inhale, hold it up there. And just rolling the wrists and flicking the fingers. We're going to this time let the right hand drop down and the left arm reaches up and over. And just doing a couple of these rainbows from one side to the other. Just feeling that softness. And then we're going to hold it here onto the right side. You can stay with the arm up, or you can start to add more movement and opening of the shoulders, the elbows, perhaps even the hand behind the head. Support with the bottom hand. Dial your left elbow back. Breathe into the left side. Use your breath here to go deeper. And then we're going to push down to find a twist to the left. Right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind. Inhale to rise. And as you exhale, twist belly, chest, and shoulders slightly back. The inhalation takes you up. The exhalation might take you deeper. We're going to inhale, take both arms back up to the sky as we face forward. And as we exhale, once again, we cactus those arms. And as you engage your back muscles, feel like you're pulling a bungee cord here. We're going to tip it right. So now we start to get oblique side abs, and then left. Feel that contraction through the side as you firm that block between your thighs, as you engage your core. And just one more. Beautiful. With your next exhale, take your elbows perhaps a little closer together. Maybe they even come closer in, and you lift. And then we're going to release our hands down to the thighs as we inhale, brushing those thighs with your fingers. Open your sternum. So from the side, you're lifting up. And as you exhale, navel's pulling in, and a gentle round here. Inhale. So finding your cat-cows as you move through this. Exhale. Great job. Inhale one more time. And again, at the same time, you're giving a gentle massage into the thighs on the outside. As you inhale, open a little bit more on the inside. And then we're going to pause onto the back there. I'm going to start to circle it around. And again, your circles could be small, especially if your lower back bothers you. Neck bothers you. We can do it a little further out. We're going to come back and reverse the circle. So always starting small. All right, just be mindful again. Lower back, neck, shoulders. If you want it bigger, you can go further out and down. Great job. We're going to come back to the center once again. Inhale, lift the heart, relax the shoulders. I'm going to take the block from between the legs. We're going to start to engage more into that lower body, core, and legs here. So we're going to take that strap and hook it over your right foot. So just think about like a little swing for your foot. So your knee is bent, right? Now try to relax your shoulders here. So try not to let them go up. Keep those arms relaxed. They're just kind of like barely holding onto that strap, right? You can even do this without the strap if you like. Just feel like you're curling your heel, you point as you go out, and you curl as you bring it back. Just starting to engage more into the hamstrings, and then we're going to hold it out there. And now we exhale, we're going to start to pull it in and out. So think about this almost like you're rowing back, you're engaging your core, your chest stays lifted. So you're going to start to feel it more on your quadriceps, the tops of your thighs here, and also onto your back. You're working onto your arms as well. Great job. And then slowly extend that leg, and we're going to drop that heel. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, walk your hands a little further out. So try not to put any weight onto the leg that you're stretching. You can support on the other leg if you need to. And if you don't have a strap, you can also do the same thing without the strap. Just feel the heels pushing down, the toes turning up. And again, engage in the core, keeping the spine nice and long, especially if you have any lower back pain, neck pain, right? If you want to go further down, you can. Again, being mindful also sciatic pain, lower back on the back of the leg. And then we're going to come back up. Now on this one, with your next exhale, imagine that you had a corset that pulls in and up. As you exhale, pull it up, lifting the leg. So now you start to engage deeper abs here. Sustain the ones supporting you on the back, and also engaging into your the quadriceps. And then we're going to lower it down. So the next one, we're going to try to use it without holding the strap. And just as you exhale, you pull it up. Navel pulls in. Can you feel that now? It's much deeper, right? You feel that your core is engaging, supporting you around, side, and front. Great job. And let's try that one more time. Exhale, lift. Quadriceps work, core work, stabilizers onto the back and side. And maybe you even add a pulse. So if you feel that you're arching your back, rounding your back, hold onto the chair, keep that spine lifted too, and then one. Great job, guys. And now we're going to release this out. So start to do a little windshield wiping here. I'm just going to turn the chair so you can see better. You can stay exactly where you are as I move these chairs back and forth. And now we're going to turn it over to the side. Feel the front of that hip dropping, opening, navel's pulling in. And we're going to start to play with that pelvis back and forth. We're just going to tuck the pelvis back, lengthen the spine, pull belly in, hold the back of the chair with your left hand. And as you feel your right knee going down, maybe you take that right arm and reach it up and across, getting a nice opening into that front hip. And as we exhale, slowly release. And again, these windshield wipers are really good, especially if we stay seated very long, right? Helps to open. We're going to take that strap with this goddess squat here. And again, if your knees are flopping in, just walk your feet a little bit more in, right? We're trying to keep the toes and knees in the same position. Inhale, start to take that strap in front of you. Relax your shoulders and then all the way up. And we pull that strap apart. Now you're going to feel it more, right? So you're going to have actively pulling it apart, and then you're going to tip it to one side, and then you come back to the center and then to the other side. So nothing else move in the shape of the arms. It's just your side abs really engaging and working here. Strong core, strong balance, right? Strong stability. And then release it back. Roll those shoulders back. Great job, guys. Now we're going to do that same sequence on the other side. So I'm just going to turn it to the side here. And we're just going to do a little active marching just to release, relax those shoulders. And then we're going to pause here and taking that strap over onto that left leg. And you're just going to relax your shoulders, almost like there's a little swing here for that foot. You can turn the toes and start to arch. Just feeling like you're dragging something in the bottom with that heel as it pulls back and curls back, engaging more into the hamstrings. And then we're gonna pause there, relax the shoulders, engage your core. Now we're gonna bend the knee and start to bring it in and out. At the same time, you're starting to pull your arm. So notice that your arm stays low as you pull it back. So you start to engage your back muscles, core, chest is still lifted, quadriceps starts to work. Last one. Then we're going to extend that leg and drop it down. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, we're going to hinge over. So now we're starting to notice and stretch in the back of the leg. Relax the neck and the jaw. Beautiful. Feel those toes pointing up, the heel pushing down, the hip pulling back. And now from here, we're going to come back up. And as we exhale, really engage in your core, belly pulling in, chest lifting, and keeping that chest lifted, right? This is the position that we want to come back to, ideally, without the strap. And then we're going to lower it down. So now let go of the strap. If you can, exhale, pull belly in, and lift that leg. If you need to hold onto the chair to keep your spine nice and tall, that's okay. It's better than slouching, right? We want to engage, lift. If, again, you can hold it. If you can let it go, if you feel that you have the strength and the core, great job. One more time. Lift it up. Maybe holding it here and doing a little pulse for 4. Exhale, 3. Good. 2. Feel the belly pulling in. Side. And 1. Great job. And relax it out. And we're going to turn it again. Here to the side. And we're doing that little windshield wiping. We're going to drop it over to the right so we can stretch that left hip that we were just working. And if it bothers you to tuck your toes, you can also put a blanket or block under that knee. So we're playing with tucking that pelvis back and forth, navel pulling in, tail dropping, and then inhale, lengthening the spine, core is engaged. So the more you have shoulder, hips, and knee aligned, the deeper you're going to feel it. And we're going to add that arm reaching up and over just to deepen the stretch. So almost feel like your left knee is going to drop down through that mat and the left arm, which is up and over. Beautiful. And then we come back to the center once again. Excellent job, guys. We're going to pause here one more time, engaging those inner legs, inhaling. And as we exhale, push into the middle of that left thigh. Take your right shoulder at a gentle twist and look over to the right. As we come over to the center, inhale and exhale to the other side. Beautiful. Come back to the center and relax your shoulders here. We're going to take those arms up to the sky. And now cactus in your arms. Once again, you drop it over right and then to the left. We're going to pause over here to the right. Let the right forearm stay here. Maybe that left arm starts to reach. If you feel that you want to do a chair extended side angle here, start to extend through that leg if you want more, and reach that left arm up and over. And just like you did before, maybe that hand comes behind the head, turning into an open twist. And as you exhale, maybe that elbow will point straight down. Inhale, open it again. Now, keeping that chest open, let that left hand pull you up like a warrior 2 on your chair. And as you exhale, release. Feel those inner legs opening here. And we're going to do a windshield wiping to the other side. Let your toes and knees turn out, back into your goddess. A lot of opening into your legs today. Working those core. We're going to tip it over left. Come back to the center and right. So working your obliques, your side abs on this. And then we tip it over to the left. We're going to pause. Forearm stays down. Right hand can come behind the head. You can stay here, or you can start to extend that right leg, right? And you feel that chest opening. Maybe you reach it with the arm, full extension through the side body. Rest through the heel. And then we're going to bend that arm again behind the head. So your right leg can be bent or extended. With your next exhale, just point that elbow down. Inhale, open it again. Exhale, point it down, working oblique side abs into an open twist. We're going to hold it here and feel now that right hand is going to pull you up. It's like a seated warrior two. It doesn't have to be perfect, so we're not lifting from here right now. And then as you exhale, you release. Great job. So finding that position that we'll look for later on when we come maybe off the chair. We're going to start to turn to the side. We're coming back into that crescent lunge shape as we drop the tail back and forth. Now you're going to choose if this is where you want to stay and stay here, or if you want to come up and tucking the back toes and coming up and down just to get deeper into the front of the hip. And then from here, we're going to pause. Can we take that arm up and over the head? Maybe the answer is no, right? And as we exhale, can we drop the back heel now and let that hand go behind you? The chair is there just behind you if you need. You can bend into that front knee. Don't let the front knee pass the toes. And then you open your hands back into your warrior two. Beautiful. Try to stack head, shoulder, and hips. If you like, you bring your hand to your chair and inhale, reach your right hand up and over your head. Maybe extending that front leg into that triangle shape as you bend. Back again, warrior two. Don't let that knee flop in. Hold it here, and you can bring your hand to your hip. Turn that left palm up like a little reverse warrior or a selfie. You can extend that front leg, reverse triangle, inner legs pulling together. And then slowly, we're going to bring the hand to the chair. It's going to support us as we sit back down and heel toeing the feet. Great job, guys. We're going to try that sequence to the other side. So slowly turn it to the other side, right? So when we're coming in closer to a full moon, there's in the saying in yoga that we're up in our heads and ego, there's much going on. So we really want to bring that energy a little further down to ground us and feel safe. So that's why working the hips and the core a little bit more today. So feeling that knee, again, staying here if you like, or we're going to pick it up a little bit more by supporting the hand and lifting up, right? And you can play here up and down. And maybe you stay further down, engaging the core, or you can always return to your seat if you feel it's too much. Beautiful. And then from this, opening it back, let that back heel drop. And if again, it feels too much to be standing, you can come back to your seat like we did before, right? So when you're ready, press to that heel, and then maybe that other arm will go forward. And you're in your warrior two. Just be careful with the front knee so it's not flopping in and it's not going beyond the toes. All right. So from this, we're going to slowly take that hand down or to the chair and let the left arm reach up and over, extended side angle. Feel that side body. And there's a tendency of dropping the chest. Can you open it up? You can even bring that hand behind the head if you like. And then we're going to slowly bring it back up, warrior two. And from this, you can change this into extending the leg, turning the arm, reversing that triangle, or bending into the front knee and reversing your warrior. All right, there's different possibilities here that you can do. Leg extender, inner legs pulling together, knee bent. And again, from this, slowly return yourself back into that extended side angle. Feel the stretch through the side body, and then back into your warrior two. Nice and strong through the side, 4 inner legs, and then slowly release yourself back down. I'm going to find that little windshield wiping one more time. I'm going to start to bring our feet, knees a little closer together. And we're going to come in to crossing that right ankle in front. So you're going to choose where you want to stop. You can stay here. You can cross that knee on top. And you start to feel like a little bit more of a corkscrew. Engage the core. We're going to open our arms, our wings here. Garudasana, eagle pose. Taking your right under the left. Give yourself a self hug. Pausing on this. squeezing those elbows, squeezing the legs. Think about like a corkscrew so the navel pulls in, chest lifts. And if you like, you can even take the backs of the hands or front. Doesn't really matter. Gaze can go to one side and elbow to the other, adding more in that thoracic spine. Allow your elbows to go up, and as you exhale, slowly release. So to bring the hands in front of that shin, maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you start to bring that shin a little bit more diagonal, or some of you might even drop the shin more parallel to the floor, your chest coming further down. Rolling that ankle to get more release if you like, relaxing the neck and the jaw. Or if you like to give it a little massage into the balls of your feet, that kidney line to the big toe mound, into that inner arch. And coming into that inseam of your legs. You can always brush it off through, right? Whatever feels good here for you. That's your practice. You're going to bring yourself up. And we're going to find out windshield wiping once again. Before we take it to the other side, we're going to cross now the left ankle in front, or maybe the left knee on top. You're going to choose the variation of your eagle legs here. As you hug it in, you open your wings. Feel that relax the shoulders, and you take the left under the right this time. And you give yourself a self hug, letting those elbows lift shoulder height. Hugging the elbows and the legs. You can stay here with the hands on the shoulders or back to the hands or front. In any formal way that works for you. If you want to add that twist to get a little bit more into the upper back, you can. And as we exhale, we release, and nesting the eagle, we just release those hands to the front of the knee or the shin. And you can adjust at any point. This time I feel different, noticing where you need to stop. Maybe rolling the ankle, relaxing the neck and the jaw, doing a little massage to your feet as well, if you have access to it. Just finding that little massage into that inseam of your legs. Sometimes it feels really good, right? And then we're gonna come back again to that center. Just relax your shoulders here. And just taking that block in front of your body, relax the shoulders, inhaling. And as we exhale, we're going to find a gentle twist and just start to twist without taking the block completely back. Try to keep the block more in center of the body and come back to the center, maybe even letting your elbows go slightly to the side, but the shoulders relax. And just feeling how the twist happens onto your waist, above the waist, right? Which is a little safer than going into the lower back, right? You can stay here. You can pick up your toes and go a little further and back. Or you can start to extend that and start to go a little further back, one side, and then to the other. Right, so the twist happens here. And we practice twists throughout the day, without even noticing. Every time you have to reach back behind you to grab something on the floor that falls or behind the seat, right? Just taking this as part of functional training. And we're going to take the block now between the thighs, grounding the feet, relaxing it here. And we're going to start to practice our squats. Another thing that we do every day, every time you get out of your chair, finding your balance, getting out of the bed, right? We're really working on that. So shifting the weight to your heel, we're gonna use the chair to support maybe, or you can take the hands in front of the chest, or if you prefer to do your squats from behind the chair and holding onto the chair there and just kind of squatting back, right? Your choice here. Now I'm gonna start to add something else. I'm gonna add a twist. Next time you come back to your chair, reach that right arm back and then you come back up. Now again, you can stop at any point and then you come back. And we're going to do 2 more. Press into the heels to come up. And then last one. Excellent. And we're going to come all the way up. Beautiful. We're going to take the block from between the legs. And you can take that chair in front, right? You're behind the chair and setting it up for your down dog on the chair. So you support your hands on the chair. Now imagine there's a rope there on your hips pulling those hips back. The knees are soft and you lengthen your spine. So try not to dump into it, but pull it in, lift. And if you want more, you can start to pedal here. One knee bends and the other leg extends. You can always keep the head a little bit higher. Dropping the head bothers you. But if not, you can maybe align your head, your ears with your arms. Your choice. I'm going to soften and slide that left foot forward and support the forearms here for your runner's lunge, getting a nice stretch onto your calves, your ankle, and pause with that right heel back. Beautiful. Feel the stretch there. We're going to come and bring those hands to the chair. And maybe this time you pick up your heel, you bend your front knee. Just make sure that the knee doesn't go past the toes. So you can even shimmy your left foot a little bit under that chair. So when you bend the back knee, you're going straight up and down and not leaning forward or letting that knee go forward, right? Small, just a small, and it's a really deep lunge. You can stay here and take one arm up. If it works to take that left arm up as well, you can. And then as you exhale, you're going to drop your left hand, drop your right heel, and now you're standing behind your chair for your warrior two. We're just going to stay here for one full breath. And as we exhale, extending the legs, feel those inner legs pulling together, triangle pose, and then slowly release. We're going to step it back again, sliding that foot back to pedal. And you take the other foot forward, the right foot, pump that left heel, and just feeling some sensation in the back of the leg, the toes. I'm just going to turn it around so I don't turn my back to you. Excellent. And now, just like you did before, make sure that you shimmy your right foot a little bit more forward, almost under that chair. So as you support onto the chair, you turn your hips like headlights facing forward, and you pick up the back heel. Maybe this is where you stay, or you can bend the knee and start to drop a little deeper, right? Your choice. If you like to add more, you can take one hand up and can stay light on the fingertips on that right hand, or maybe even both arms up. As we exhale, we're going to drop that right hand, drop your left arm, and now the back heel drops, foot is in an angle, and you open into your warrior two. Feel strong. If you need the chair, it's right there. Inner legs working, outside blade of the feet working. And then extending the front legs, creating that triangle base, inner legs pulling, side body. And then you release. Beautiful. Let's come back to the front and ship it back. Great job. So we're going to come back again into the back of the chair and just letting your feet go a little wider, toes and knees pointing in the same direction. Hands can be on your chair and you find that goddess squat pose, right? So you want to imagine that your spine is against the wall and you're not leaning back or you're not leaning forward. I know it's hard, but don't try to go too far deep if that's happening, right? Just maybe you're even against the wall, and that's okay too. We're going to take that right arm, going to add a little hinge to the side, doing a little Shiva goddess dance here, and then taking the other arm. Let me go to the other side. Great job, guys. A lot of core work today. Bring it back in, extend the legs, and heel toe your feet. Beautiful. Coming all the way to our final pose here for our balance. We're going to take your block. We're setting up for tree pose. So the block can stay in an angle, foot and knee in an angle, and we're going to start to root down through the left. If you like, you slide your right heel into the inseam of that left leg. Toes can stay on the block. Hand can come to your heart, or maybe your branches start to grow. One and perhaps both. And if you feel any time that you want to slide that foot a little bit higher up, you can, right? But feel that you're rooting down to right up, compacting the core, the hips. And slowly release it down. Let's try that on the other side. I'm just going to turn the chair around so I don't turn my back to you. And again, The block is a little bit on an angle here, so your knee is going slightly out. You're rooting through your right leg, compacting the core, the hips. If you feel that you want to slide that left heel into the inseam of the right leg, feel the foot pushing into the thigh pushing into the foot, helping you to ground more. The hand can stay on your chair. And then maybe you start to grow your branches. And it could be slow, any form or way that works for you. You can add mudras to your hands. You can feel your heart rising as your root feels really strong. And as we exhale, slowly release it all the way down. Beautiful, guys. We're going to close our practice as we come back to our chair, to our seat. Let the block return between your ankles. As you take a nice deep breath in and a big sigh out. We're going to close today with Nadi Shodhana, alternating nostril breathing. So you're going to take your peace fingers here and let it rest on your forehead. And then you're going to use your thumb and your ring finger to close your nostrils. So the inhale and the exhale is through the nose. I'll guide you through it. So take a nice deep breath in. And a big exhale out. Inhale. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Release your hands. Let your body feel that support, that connection, right and left, balance, sun and moon, male and female, will and surrender. And a breath that balances the right and the left side of the brain. Centering, connecting, finding that balance in your practice, bringing together the mind, the body, and the breath in one, the true meaning of yoga, two yoke. Bring it all together into the here and now. And as we scan from the top of the head down, we start to soften once again around the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue. The release of the back of the throat, down the shoulders, elbows, and fingers. The heart light, belly light, and hips releasing down. Fully supported, allowing you to relax your legs, backs of the knees, heels, and toes. Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen the awareness to the body and the breath. And gentle movements to the fingers and the toes. Staying longer if you like. As you move those fingers and toes, we bring our palms one over the other over the heart. Feeling for the effort, your practice, sharing with each other. And we honor the practice, the light and gratitude that we brought into our practice as you carry it with you even brighter. We bow the head to the heart. Lokaha samasta sukhinu bhavantu. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free of suffering. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm just going to stop the recording.